Hello, everyone. Music Scene Investigation is playing that thing again. I don't like it when it plays it twice, but there's no way for me to fix it. I'm still working on that aspect of it. Anyway, we're glad you're with us on today's broadcast. It's going to be a lot of fun today. It is the 1st of June, which means the holiday weekend was last weekend. No, it was... I don't know when it was. It was sometime in the last week. I'm not really sure, but I'll bet you someone...
You had a good time.
Well, it is what it is, as the song by Rick Brendel says. And that's... Everybody should fashion their life after that song, I think. It is what it is. Anyway, 3 more songs up on today's block to go in front of the panel, and we're looking forward to that. Certainly hope you are as well. Of course, want to remind everybody, if you want to submit your music to get it in front of the panel, all you have to do is go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. At the top of the page, hit that link, submit a song, and I'll bet you if you do a search in Google for submit a song, ours will be on that first page. I'm not saying it's number 1, but I'm saying it's darn close to it. So it should be a lot of fun. They're in the chat room. They're talking about the fact that Tommy should be a bobblehead. Tommy, how are you, man? It's glad to see you back with us.
It's good to be back. I was just bobbling along, I guess.
Give us your best bobblehead imitation. All we have to do now, folks, is loop that video, and then you have your very own Tommy bobblehead. It's just that simple.
It's all in the neck.
It's in the neck. A lot of practice there, huh?
No, a lot of backcracking going on.
So you took a month off, Tommy. That means that you've been a busy camper from all reports, anyway. What have you been up to?
I also quit smoking.
Again, what have you been up to the last month besides stopping smoking?
Well, yeah, I haven't smoked in over a month. I installed the new analog board. The studio is going retro, and I'm becoming eBay's best friend, I think.
Well, eBay is a good friend to have as long as they're not hacked as usual. By the way, Juan, nice to see you, man. We don't mind people bad-mouthing us here as long as they don't mind being muted. It's that kind of a place. So welcome. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. Now back to Tommy, who himself is eBay's best friend, apparently. What'd you do? Buy another board, a microphone, cables, what?
Oh, tons of cables, lots of gear. Anything to make noise and change it.
Oh, that's good. It's always good to have options.
Yes, and who knows? I may buy some video equipment and give Ian a run for his money.
There you go. All you got to do is buy Legos to do that.
Well, then I would be a Lego big head.
Now, you make a camera out of Legos, Tom. I think you got it licked. Speaking of Ian, he is here as well. Doesn't look like he's got a new T-shirt on, but we'll let him state that. Ian, how are you? Is that new?
Check out the new T-shirt.
It's Dark Side of Vader.
It's the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not the classic album cover I'm used to.
No, it's a play on. Nice to see that our friend Juan is here to take the piss, and he's border sensitive types, so he's leaving now. Bye-bye. We're going to miss you greatly.
Well, we hate to see him go. We'd like for him to stay and see what the show's all about, but if he doesn't have time, that's fine as well. So, Ian, besides collecting shirts, what have you been up to, my friend?
It was my birthday on Wednesday, so we've had a few bits of celebratory stuff going on, which was cool.
Happy birthday.
Ian. Didn't you just have a birthday a couple of months ago?
Yes, I have 2 a year. I'm like the Queen.
Okay.
As long as you're honest about it, I don't suppose it matters otherwise, does it?
I have the official
It's
birthday
all
and the
fun and
unofficial
games
birthday.
until somebody loses an eye.
I have actually been to the Lego store today. little special trip out with the kids to Watford to take them to one of the building events up there. And we watched them build a very large Lego policeman.
How long does it take to do something like that?
Well, put it this way. When we arrived this morning, I think this event's been going on about 2 or 3 days. They'd only about half built it.
Which half did they build?
Well, you start with the feet and work up.
Oh, there's a pattern.
So, yes, it's all very good. That was a lot of fun. Otherwise, yeah, just trying to work on our album, but it's slow but steady.
All right, well, slow but steady is good. Tom can attest to that.
That's been Tom for a lot of his life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what got him to the age he's at.
You want some
I'm so
witness
laid
results?
back, I fall over sometimes.
There you have it.
Would you like some witness results?
I would like some witness results. Of course, last week, just to remind everybody, we had Jason Long and his track American 2 on the show, along with Old Earth and their song Less Words, and our song of the week was from Rockton Grove, and it was called Path of Least Resistance. Now, then, here are the witness statements. Ian?
The witness statements are... Everyone agree with us?
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
Because they don't always.
That's true. They don't always, but it's nice to see that sometimes they do. I got a note here on Twitter from Janae Giddens saying that she's tuned into the broadcast today. So, hello, Janae. Glad to see you. You should join us in the chat room sometimes. It's a lot of fun. You get to meet new people. How old are you, Ian? Pinky wants to know.
I'm 38.
30. You were just 35 last year.
Yeah, well, I told you I have 2 birthdays a year. Work it out. Do the math.
You should be like 39 then, I think.
No, 35 last year, then 36 on the second birthday, 37 on the first birthday this year, and 38. It works out. Come on.
Tom, what do you think?
Well, he'll be catching me up then pretty soon.
I think he's doing musician's math.
Dave, I can never catch you up, mate.
Were you a drummer in a previous live, Ian?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I guess you were. All right, our guest panelist, you've already seen him once. He's here with us again, a great friend of the broadcast. We love it every time he comes on with us. Guitarist extraordinaire. The man's got a lot of new stuff he's working on, too. We'll talk a little bit about that. It's Mr. Dave Bryce from the rock band Spider. The hardest working guitarist in the world you are, aren't you?
Used to be, not so much now.
Did you guys ever try to get in the Guinness Book of Records or anything for as many gigs as you did in as short a time?
No, we didn't, because I don't think we bothered about that kind of thing at the time. We just had this reputation for doing as many gigs as we could. We had all the facilities to do it. We had the van.
Pink.
I knew you was going to say that, Ian. By the way, I can't see anyone.
You
can't see you, Rich. I can't see Ian, and I can't see Tommy.
Let me see if I can figure that out.
Aha! You've done something.
I don't know why you can't see me. You're just seeing a blank screen, aren't you?
I'm seeing a green screen and me in the corner.
Yeah, that's a bizarre thing. Anyway,
Green screen.
I'll take a look at that and see if I can figure out what's going on, because obviously you should be seeing myself, Ian, and Tom. Exactly. You should. Another happy birthday to you from guest 2984, Ian.
That's I really like that. That's great. I mean, that's the person I've been waiting to wish me a happy birthday for a very long time.
Oh, there you go. Now you've got it. So shut up. All right. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk to Dave a little bit. Dave, as the hardest working guitarist in the world, I still don't think that that record can be beat. By the way, the number of, if anybody's interested in finding this out, simply go to Wikipedia or do a Google search. You'll find out that the band Spider is the hardest working rock band ever. There is no argument about it. Am I right about this, Dave?
I think you are right, because like in the late 70s, we would ask to gig anywhere at all. And you know what it's like when you're starting out. You just want to perform and get your name out there. And it was the late 70s, and we would just branch out from Merseyside and do the regular pubs that we used to do, and then we'd kind of get a reputation and start going out further afield. So we ended up in London.
Understanding that you've played virtually any place that would have you.
Absolutely.
What was the oddest or strangest place that Spider had ever played?
It's got to be a place called Rascals in Birkenhead. We used to play there twice a week, like a residency, and it's a bit rough and ready. Not your usual rock crowd. It was just a crowd, but it was downstairs. I can remember we actually built our own PA system. Funny enough, it was pink as well. Yeah, pink, but we made it out of chipboard.
Really?
So it was, yeah, and it was very, very heavy, and we didn't have roadies at the time. Well, we had a couple. We never paid them as usual.
What? Not even some of your benefit checks?
Funny enough, we were all claiming at the time. That's another story. All got busted, by the way. Do you know that?
We've had that. We've had that conversation on the show.
That conversation, yeah. So we were claiming at the time, but we used to gig as well, and we earned like £5 a gig at the time. Can you remember them days? Can you remember them days, Ian? Was that
£5 a gig?
Was
no,
it £30 a gig?
No, we never went out for £5.
Ian plays for free. Are you kidding?
I used to drink more than that.
I used to play at a place called Pizza and Pitcher.
A free bar. Fancy
Free
saying that
pizza
to
and
a
beer.
rock band. Free beer. Drink the pub dry.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about, drinking and all stuff.
I've just done a search in Google on the hardest working band, right? Spider wasn't mentioned once, I'm afraid to say, Dave.
No.
But
Metallica.
If you were the hardest working band, you're now up there with the likes of JLS, who were voted the hardest working band 2 years on the trot.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
JLS.
Is that the JLS is going to rock you? Is that group?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Would have a clue what their songs are, but I know they were off Britain's Got No Talent or something along one of them shows.
Never heard of them, so I just thought I'd ask. All right, so Dave, I know that you're out. You just did a grueling gig over what was it, yesterday or the day before?
I did it yesterday, yeah, and I was helping out a friend who needed a guitarist for a rock and roll band, and it was 80 miles away. So it was a bit of a long trek.
It's quite a haul. Obviously, you had a lot of fun. We spoke a little bit about it before the broadcast today. Yeah.
I mean, I always like to entertain, and I enjoy playing rock music, and it's in that kind of vein. Although there was a couple of reggae tracks, but it was mainly rock and roll. And I enjoyed myself. I moved around a bit, which shocked a few people because they all stood still, and I can't help myself. I have to move around. It's all part of what I do. So yeah, I had a good time.
That's good to hear. I really, one of the things that our conversation before the broadcast that I kind of chuckled at a little bit was, you talked about how the songs ended during this performance as classic endings, and or I guess classic endings for live performances, right?
Classic as in collapsible, and everybody doesn't know when the ending's going to be, so they all kind of hit the chord and hope that it's going to end.
Yeah.
Somehow it does, but not all at the same time. Which is acceptable when you don't know the band and you haven't rehearsed together.
I understand completely, and that's probably a good thing. At least everybody has an idea of what's going on then, because they're all probably fairly familiar with how those endings work, right?
Probably, yeah. But when there's like a handful of people in the audience, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
well, handful, they're enjoying it. They were enjoying it. A few people dancing, and it kind of makes your night. But when you're on your way home and you're falling asleep and you nearly crash the car.
No, you didn't do that, did you?
No, I didn't do that.
All right, good.
No.
You had me worried there for a second, Dave.
Well, I'm here now, so that's the proof.
Exactly. That's a good thing. So tell me a little bit about, we talked a brief moment or two about stuff that you're working on, stuff that you may be doing. Can I say it? Can I just give
of course you can.
a Spider Unplugged, perhaps? Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with this whole Unplugged thing you got going on?
Yeah, well, my singer approached me and he said, do you fancy doing some acoustic stuff? And I was really up for it. And I said, well, let's have a rehearsal. And so we had a couple of rehearsals. We had a rehearsal in the rehearsal studios. That was a bit expensive. So we rehearsed somewhere else. I won't reveal that, but it's free and we can make a lot of noise. So we got 20 or so songs together, all sort of bit of rock and roll, bit of Beatles, a few Spider songs, stuff like Till I'm Certain, which I've always wanted to do. And I've actually played an acoustic version with Paul singing, and a slowed down version, no lead. Works really well, which we did at the jam night last week. So it's a work in progress, and I very much enjoy it.
Do you think we're going to see more Unplugged acoustics from you? And perhaps, let me throw this idea out to you. Perhaps even an Unplugged album or something?
I don't know about that, because what I'd like to do, and I know Paul's keen on doing it, is to go into a studio and record a couple of Spider tracks unplugged. So do it kind of professional, maybe do a little video. It was Dale, my son, that wanted to do something with his singer on the back of what we were doing. That made me think, well, we'll give it a go. It's all a good bit of fun. Nothing serious, but it is serious, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I think sometimes that whole good bit of fun, it's not really anything serious, can turn into something very cool. So
yeah, and I, me and Paul wanted to be as professional as we can get it, and he'll be doing a bit of backing, harmonica, tambourine playing, singing. I'm going to try a few harmonies. I'm not that good a singer, but I can do a few half decent backing vocals. So we'll give it a go, give it a try.
Yeah,
get the music out there. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. And speaking of getting the music out there, let's do that for today. Because we have 3 artists who've sent their music in to us for you guys to take a listen to. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and start doing that on today's music scene investigation. Let's give a listen to the first song of the show today. This is song number 1, everybody. Certainly hope you enjoy it. Here it is, song number 1.
Miss Beauty Queen, please come out my dreams and come over here and show me what love is. It's the way you walk, it's the way you talk that keeps me coming back for more. This girl is so dangerous now. Right from the word go, she's hot like fire and she'll blow you off your feet, don't you know? This girl is so dangerous now. right from the word go. She's hot like fire and so blow you off your feet, don't you know? She says she's oh so shy, but she talks to every guy she sees. Hey now honey, line hurts a little bad. You wind me up, spin me around, light my fuse, you better watch out now. This girl is so dangerous now, right from the word go. She's hot like fire and she'll blow you off your feet, don't you know? This girl is so dangerous now, right from the word go. She's hot like fire and she'll blow you off your feet, don't you know? With a body that's just right and some hips that don't lie, you know you're worse than any drug on the road. You say you're a dancer, girl, but you prance so well. Anytime you walk through those doors, you cause such a scene. This girl is so dangerous now, right from the word go. She's hot like fire and she'll blow you off your feet, don't you know? This girl is so dangerous now, right from the word go. She's hot like fire and she'll blow you off your feet, don't you know?
There you have song number 1 on the broadcast today. And as soon as I can get my picture working again, we'll go over to our panel to see what they thought about it. Ian, track number 1 over to you. What do you think of it? I've got you muted, or you got you muted.
How's that?
That's much better. Thank you.
Yeah, liked this track. Good start to the show. Really nice feel to it. Good groove. Like the vocals. Really nice acoustic guitar tone as well. That sort of retro drum sound. The bass was there. Everything's going on. There's an arrangement. There's a well-written track. There's a good hook. But I did feel that it was missing some sort of underlying punch into that chorus, be it a nice deep resonating synth or a slightly distorted overdriven guitar, sort of just padding out some power chords underneath the bottom there, just to lift that chorus a bit more. It felt a little bit empty in places where it lifted. I mean, everything else about the track I really did like. I particularly like the drum sound, as I said, and the acoustic sound. The guy's vocals sound great. I like the layer on his vocals as well. It just is missing that little something for me, just to give it that extra push over the edge, push that chorus out, and give it a bit more weight in the bottom.
All right, Ian, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's go to Tommy and find out what he thinks after taking a month off. Tommy, what do you think of track number 1?
Well, I really like the guy's vocals. I really like he had a nice style to sing, and there's, a little bit of uniqueness about his voice. And basically, this is a good song. I didn't even realize the bass was there until like halfway, 3/4 into the song. So I will agree with Ian when he said there was nothing there on the bottom. It seemed not to be glued together. I don't know whether it's a mix thing or a production thing. And, I know there's only 8 notes, but you can use more of them and play 3 chords instead of just 2. It's just a pet peeve of mine. It's a personal thing. I don't like songs that are just 2 chords for most of it. I think you can go to a 3rd chord or do something else to make it seem like there's something happening. Add more percussion and organ. It really needed something to drive it. It just seemed a little bit...
samey.
Yeah, it wasn't smooth enough for me. I mean, they had the beginning of a groove. They got to develop that a bit more. I think it's a great demo. I think the guy's got a really good voice, and it's a good song. I'm turned off by the production. That's about it.
All right, Tommy. Well, I appreciate that as well. Now over to Dave Bryce from the rock band Spider. Dave, track number 1 to you, sir.
Yeah, good track. A lot of potential there. A lot. I understand what Tommy's saying. To me, kind of had that acoustic feel, and I feel that the acoustic should have come out more in the track. But it all stayed on one level. I know what Tommy's saying. It kind of stayed the same all the way through, and it didn't build. There was no real dynamics there. Yeah, he did have a good voice. I like the track. I did like it. It kind of good lyrics, good track. But for me, a bit more acoustic in the forefront there. But yeah, overall good.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you very much. Now, Dave, I got to tell you, it looks like I've, in trying to get video returned to you, looks like I've locked your video up coming to me. So if you want to restart that sometime during the next song, that'll be fine. Hopefully that'll get it back and going. It's no big deal right at the moment, or you can start it now. That's fine too. It's all good.
I have to say, I do like Dave's t-shirt.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you and he coordinated T-shirts, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, this is my wife and my son bought this for me. It's an Angry Birds T-shirt.
Yeah.
So
Angry Birds Star Wars at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Metal heads. The only reason it's got metal on it, heads.
I'll tell you what. Dave, looking at your video, it's not coming back. What I'm going to do is during the next song, I'm going to call you back on Skype and we'll get that sorted out. And but right now, I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce this track to everyone else who happened to listen to it as well. The name of this track, it's called Beautiful by Jacob Cummings. And we appreciate Jacob sending that into Music Scene Investigation. Thank you very much, Jacob. Getting a little weather outside the studios here, which could be the reason why our video signal anyway, is dropping between us and Vaughn TV every once in a while. We'll let you know that the radio station, MSI Radio, appears to be up and solid. So if you're having some problems and don't care to see our ugly faces, or at least mine, you can always switch to MSI Radio as well. Of course, we'll have the full video as recorded here available after the broadcast as well. So you don't have to miss anything if you don't want to. All right, gentlemen, we got song number 2 on the way. I'm going to give Dave a call back on Skype as he's listening to that. So hopefully we'll have everything sorted out. We'll see what happens anyway. This is song number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Enjoy it, everyone. Song number 2.
Of control. You
Song number 2 on Music Scene Investigation. Let's get the guys back in here and find out what they thought about it. Let's start out with Tommy this time around. Tom, over to you, and song number 2 to you this time.
I kind of agree with what they're saying in the chat. It does sound very Zeppelin-y. I actually, what caught my attention right away was it's a very clean, clear mix, and I just love the way that vocal just hits you right in the face. The guy's got a great vocal, did a great performance. I like the track. There's only one thing I could say that I didn't like, and it's a personal preference. I mean, the guitars had the size. I would have liked to seen them spread out more. But whoever mixed it did a great job, because even though they weren't, wide as I would have liked them, they did not obscure the vocals. So that was cool. The backgrounds coming in and out and were cool. I think I would have preferred a little bit more bottom end or bass, and that would be about it. Everything else I really, really liked, and it's just mixed preferences, really. It moved, it grooved. I'd put a quarter in the slot to hear it again.
All right, I'll send you a quarter so you can do that, Tommy. I appreciate it. Oh, to Dave Bryce. Dave, we got your video back. Unfortunately, my video back to you is still of issue, but you know what's going on. You've been on this show long enough. You know how it works. What do you think of track number?
You know what? I love this song. His vocal, he's got a great voice, and for me, the build-up, the way the chords, the sequence, the pattern of it, I just absolutely love that pattern. Okay, I know Tommy said it's Zeppelin, but to me, it's not Zeppelin at all. It's just a great rock track that builds and builds. The only strange bit for me was when it came into that lead in the middle, and it was different, but it was good. It was kind of good, and then it built as well. It built and built. And I just love the track. Brilliant. That is it.
All right. Well, there you go. You love the track. Ian, how about you? What do you think of this track?
Yeah. I enjoyed this as well. I mean, there is a very, very heavy Kashmir by Led Zeppelin chord progression sort of, I'm going to use the word rip-off, at the start there over that first verse and bits and pieces, which did kind of make me go to start with, but then the song does go on and breaks into its own sound. The guy has got a great voice, it's got a good arrangement, it's got a lot of strength and power sitting in that song. Reminds me of the again, chatting in the chat room, the grungier stuff, especially the post-grunge sound, bands like Alter Bridge and Creed, Stained and people like that. It's got very much that sound to it. My issue with this was, as much as it's a great song, there's some great performances there, I actually felt the mix was a bit flat and lacked definition in the sort of top end and bottom end. It was all sort of middle for me, from what I'm hearing here. It's just a bit muddy, and it needs, from a mastering point of view, I would suggest, just to bring out a bit of clarity in the top end and the low end, just to round off that sound a little bit. It's all sounding a bit sort of up in the mids there. And that, to me, would just make this song shine. Really, really good song, really, really good vocalist, good lyrics, good hook, good arrangement, just good, really.
All right, well, good to hear that then, Ian. I appreciate your thoughts on that. The name of this song, everyone, it's called, guess, I dare you guess. It's called No No by Regulation 9. Regulation 9, thanks for sending that track into Music Scene Investigation.
That's funny, because to continue our German theme that we've had, 9 means no in German. So it's No No by...
Regulation No.
Regulation No. There you go, you see.
All right, well, there you go. There you go, and no rhymes with go. So
yeah well done.
Yeah,
and so
It rhymes with a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
When did we turn into PBS?
I have no idea. One of these things is not like the other. Which one is it? Never mind. All right, song number 3 is up right now. Everyone enjoy it. Here it is, song number 3. Track number 3 on today's MSI. There you have it. Let's go to the guys and find out what they think. We'll start things out with Dave, find out what his thoughts are. Dave, track number 3 to you, sir.
Track number 3, yeah. It sounded quite good. Had that sort of punky feeling. to me. Kind of the 80s, early 80s kind of feel could have been a hit in the 80s. That kind of to me it was like Toya, that kind of sound. The only thing that let down for me was the drums, very very MIDI sounding, but maybe that's the sound that they want. But for me, the only thing that let it down was the drums, but it built up, had a good feel to it, quite a good voice, as I say, 80s feel to it for me, but yeah, fairly good track, yeah, quite a good track.
All right, Dave, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and over to Ian next with his thoughts. Ian, hopefully your video is a little bit better. What do you think of track number 3?
I nearly turned it off halfway through, to be honest. Those guitars, those guitars were painful. You know, we have a thing called tuners these days, and I suggest that the bass player and the guitarist get one and use it.
Use the same one.
Use the same one, if not, yeah. And make sure that they're together, because the guitar was out of tune, and the overdrive and the EQ on it was spiteful and horrible and dirty, not in a good way. I like dirty, spiteful guitars, but not these ones. They were just noise. There was no ring through the strings. There was no clarity to the chords being played. It was just noise. And it was very simply played noise as well. The bass player was doing a bit more interesting stuff, but he did not sound in tune with the guitars at all. And the drums, that snare sound was horrible. It was just ringing over the top of everything else. There was no snap to it. There's no, yeah, you know, I don't know if they were MIDI or if they were live. They sounded more live to me just through that ring on that snare. Really is what's giving it away from my point of view. But the drummer, it was on time, but he didn't groove, he didn't swing. It was just straight and simple. And then there's this girl sort of singing in the background, and she's got a good voice. I liked her voice. I liked her melodies. I liked the words she was singing. But she was drowned out by this noise around her, which is a real shame, real shame. I think she has got some potential sitting there. But if it's her playing everything, she needs to get a band. If it's her and a band, she needs to get a new band, in my opinion. And that's being, you know, straight with you here. It was, you know, yes, there was a time when punk music was horrible and spiteful, but not to this degree. I nearly turned this song off halfway through because I was really struggling to listen to it, those guitars and that bass the way they were. So, sorry, singer, you're great. Rest of you need some work.
All right.
I'm not even going to talk about the mix. It's not worth it.
All right, Ian. All right. Fair enough. Tommy, track number 3 over to you, sir.
I really liked her voice. I just didn't like that the guitars, like Ian said, it was just noise. Like I said, it sounded like the guitar was in a garbage can down, and somebody said down the hall, and I couldn't argue with them. There was even this, I think, suffers. You know, Ian said he didn't want to talk about the mix, but I think that the problem with the mix is whoever did it is new to mixing, I think, or new to mixing this type of music. But to me, it sounds like something that was mixed very, very loud. Because when I turned it up, there was some tone to the guitar and the bass, and the drums were just straight and muffled, and there was just so much overfill from the guitar effects. You didn't even notice there was another small guitar playing on the other side until you cranked up the speakers. So I think the problem with the mix is, you know, somebody's new to mixing and they mixed it really, really loud. Yes, they need to rehearse. I like the girl singing. I like her melodies. I wouldn't say get a new band. I would say, you know, take a whip out and whip them into order, or get a new band and still whip them.
You just like whipping people. Come on, admit it. All right.
This isn't just any show. This is an S&M show.
Oh, it's an MSI
Yeah,
show.
there you go. Your German art film.
All right. I have to put up with these guys every week, you know, in and out. So, all right, song number 3. The name of it is called Goodbye. It's by 7 Mouldy Figs on Music Scene Investigation. 7 Mouldy Figs with their track Goodbye. All
I
right.
like that name, though.
It's a good name. It really is. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to you so that you can decide on a song of the week. And I'll let you talk it amongst yourselves and let everybody know what you think.
Well, I'll cut right in. Number 2. No, 9.
Yeah, I'll jump right in as well. Then I'm with Tommy on this. Number 2 really was polished. I said I'd like to see a bit more clarity in that mix, but that's a mastering thing. Everything else was there, and no doubt that could go on be very radio friendly.
Dave?
Number 2, of course. Best song by far.
A unanimous decision with no arguments, no need for in-depth discussion at all, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, number 2 needs a 3rd chord. I mean, number 1 needs a 3rd chord or 4th chord. And like I said, the girl has got, a lot of promise. Ian said that, and she sings very good, and it was the best thing in that track.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, we want to know what everyone in the audience thinks as well. Ian's already posted it in the chat room. You can do so. Let us know what you think by going to musicsceneinvestigation.com/witness. And there you'll find the witness statement we'll ask you to fill out for us so we can present those findings on next Sunday's broadcast. Of course, you can catch us live every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. GMT at musicsceneinvestigation.com. Dave, great to have you on with us as always, man. I certainly hope you guys do some Spider Unplugged recordings, man. That would be awesome.
We will do some, and I'm sure it'll end up on YouTube or on a CD or probably on YouTube.
Well, Dave, you always can come down here to the Cube. The studio's here for you to use.
Thanks for the invitation. And I want to hear some guitar picking from you, Tommy.
It's all MIDI.
Special request, that is.
There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for being with us on the broadcast again this week. Apologies go out to everybody for the video issues. It's dropping like clockwork, like every 15 minutes. In fact, it just dropped about 45 seconds ago. Of course, the recording is all here. And if you were listening on MSI radio like Janae was, you heard everything as well. So we appreciate you tuning in. Hope to see you again next week. Until then, we'll see you, and we'll play out with a No by Regulation 9 as our song of the week. Here you go, everyone. Thanks for being with us.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
pushes me to the edge of control.